Hello, I'm sitting in the stadium now, but this is my trip around old Baku this morning. This is down by the sea. You can see the Azerbaijani flag there. Now this is the old and the new blending together. Building there from 1926, now a KFC. And doesn't it look lovely? Or it did, once. Now next, here's a modern day building in Baku, but next to it is an old Soviet building. This goes back to the days when the Soviets ran the country. There's lots of old and new. This is the old theatre, and directly opposite they've got a new theatre, which contrasts rather sharply. This is for the young actors. Then we go into Fountain Square. This isn't actually in Fountain Square, that's just outside, but this is Fountain Square. This is the main hub. That's one of the mascots. There's two mascots at the European Games, and the other one is, of course, not a deer, but a pomegranate. There he is, look into those eyes. Now, coming out of Fountain Square, if we ever do, went across to the old town, the inner city, as they call it. That's just outside the city walls. These are all, they have a lot of poetry, lots of statues to famous poets. This is the most famous one from the 14th century, who's featured a lot in the opening ceremony tonight. And this is into the old town, so there's lots of old streets, lots of winding alleyways, lots of beautiful, beautiful buildings, lots of open space. It's a fantastically gorgeous place. Lots of thin alleyways to keep the air cool, because obviously it's bright sunlight. So everywhere around here is like that. That's just on the city walls. There's a house there that is obviously an artist's house, because there's paintbrushes sticking out of the wall everywhere, and that presumably is what the artist has painted on his outside tree. Now there's the old, there's the new bit, the fire towers looking out over the mosque in the centre of town. There's an interesting bit of sculpture. This goes around the corner, and it is actually a statue. I believe he's a poet as well. They're all poets around here. So there's the old wall. It's the old town wall. Now we're looking just on the inside the old town. It's the city walls. Now this is the oldest building in Azerbaijan. It's a mosque, but what's interesting is the doorway is very, very small, so that you have to bow down as you go in. Now this is called Maiden Tower. It's a big, tall building, great big fortification, and I decided to go inside. It cost me 2 manats, that's about £1.20. Very, very thick walls, and you could go up, climb up to the roof. It's very difficult to see over the top if they put this big surround, but I put the camera over the top. Not a lot to see from up there, except the sea. There it is, that's into the Caspian Sea. And there's Maiden Tower from the outside. And then into the gardens. There's some absolutely beautiful gardens around there. It's absolutely stunning. And that's looking at it just from outside the old town. And that was pretty much it, because then I got back onto the tube. Now the underground used to be used as a nuclear bunker. So going down, it's very, 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 very deep and very, very steep. And these escalators went on for a long time.